Although your Dandy Digger is very well balanced, there are a few precautions to follow before operating your machine on rough terrain, hillsides, or slopes. Be sure to read and understand all safety information and warnings located on your machine and in your maintenance manual. All four dual wheels must be installed and have the proper inflation. Check that both engines have ample fuel and oil to operate while working on hills. When digging holes on moderately steep hills, have your loader bucket option in place for optimum safety. When driving up a hill, use low-range four-wheel drive. When going downhill, use high-range four-wheel drive. This gives nearly twice the volume of oil available to the axles over low range, creating less chance of gravity overrun. Always move your joystick in a slow, smooth motion. If your tractor begins to roll too fast, simply move the joystick back toward the center position to slow or stop your machine. Never make sharp turns when on a side hill. Whether going up or down a hill, always keep the heavy end of your machine uphill. A standard machine, as shown here with a loader and bucket and auger on it, is slightly heavier on the digger end. Any other options will affect your machine's balance. An empty quick mix concrete mixer, for instance, in place of your bucket, makes your machine almost evenly balanced. However, if you fill it with concrete, then it would become the heaviest end. An auto driver mounted on your machine will also make that end of the tractor the heaviest. When operating your machine on rough terrain, always keep your end loader and power section low to the ground and drive your tractor in a slow and controlled manner using low-range four-wheel drive. If you encounter ruts or obstacles you need to cross, approach them at a 45-degree angle. Then, using the forward power of the tractor and the articulation, slowly crawl over the obstacle one tire at a time. To safely drive up or down a hill, always keep the heavy end of your machine uphill and carry the power section and loader as low as possible. When driving your tractor set up to dig holes such as this one, drive up a hill with the digger in first in low-range four-wheel drive. When driving down a hill, reverse or back down using high-range four-wheel drive. And for added safety, you can dump the bucket to about 45 degrees and keep it as low as possible so it can be used as an emergency brake by lowering it into the ground. With the U-joint design of the auger drive, it is possible to lay your auger out at a 90-degree angle and drag it when backing down a hill to keep your power section low for the best overall stability and lowest center of gravity. When operating your machine on side hills, always transfer your power section to the uphill side for the best stability and safety. Also, for the best balance, drive with the left side of the machine on the uphill side. This is because when the power section is transferred full left, your machine is slightly heavier on the left side. Always keep your power section and loader as low as possible, and your bucket turned down at approximately a 45-degree angle to use as an emergency brake. Never drive beyond your capability and never make sharp turns on hillsides, as this changes your wheelbase and balance. If the uppermost set of duals start to slip, spin, or become light, do not continue. Safely and slowly back down off the hill. Make sure you have a full understanding of the weight balance of your machine. Always keep the heavy end uphill. Your machine is left-hand handy and left-hand heavy. Drive with the left side of the machine uphill if possible when on side hills.